The signs are all around you, clearer than ever. This person believes that you are the answer they were looking for, someone who completes every part of who they are. It's not a coincidence. It's not by chance. It's the universe showing that you two are connected by something greater. You feel it, don't you? So tell me, are you ready to accept what life is placing right in front of you? If you've come this far, something inside you is asking for answers. Maybe it's that feeling in your chest that refuses to leave you in peace, or the shiver that runs down your skin when you think about this person. It's not just chemistry. It's not just attraction. It's something deeper, almost impossible to put into words, but completely impossible to ignore. You feel it when she is near, even before seeing her. The energy changes. The environment comes to life. Suddenly, everything around seems to align, as if the universe is adjusting to create the perfect moment between you two. Too many coincidences, don't you think? Or are they signs that you still hesitate to accept? She watches you. Not in an obvious way, but in a manner that you notice even without wanting to. A gaze that lingers a second longer. A smile that seems to hold secrets only you could decipher. She doesn't need to say anything. The way she looks at you says it all. You are different, unique, irreplaceable. And the most impressive part, she believes this goes beyond choices. To her, this is destiny. But here's the question you need to answer for yourself now. Are you ready for this? Because what she feels for you is not something fleeting. It's not a game. It's not just any flirtation. It's something that carries weight, intensity, and truth. This type of connection doesn't come around often. It can't be manufactured. It can't be ignored. And above all, it can't be replaced. Think for a moment. Recall all the times when you felt like there was something or someone pulling you towards them. Maybe it was a simple touch, a casual encounter that shouldn't have meant so much, but it marked you in a way you still can't explain. Have you tried to push those thoughts away? Tried to convince yourself it was just your imagination or that you were exaggerating? And yet they came back. That's the universe nudging you, almost shaking you to make you see the obvious. You are not alone in this feeling. She feels it too. She also notices, and most importantly, she is also waiting for you to see it. Now listen closely. She will not wait forever. The universe creates opportunities, but it's up to you to seize them. Life is full of moments that come and go, but some are unique. Some won't come back. You need to decide whether to act or let fear or doubt prevent you from experiencing something that could change your life forever. This is your chance. Look inside yourself and ask, do you feel what I'm telling you? You don't need proof, you don't need logic. The heart knows even before the mind understands. And if you feel it, then it's time to take the next step. What holds you back? What are you afraid of? That she doesn't feel the same? That this is just an illusion? Stop and think. What the universe has shown you so far is not an illusion. Every sign, every coincidence, every emotion you can't explain, all of this points in the same direction. You just need to have the courage to follow it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to know all the answers. All you need to do is be willing to open up, to say what you feel, to allow her to see what you hold in your heart, because she already sees you in a way no one else does. She already believes you are more than anyone else could ever be. And it's not about impressing her, about being the ideal. It's about being real, being authentic, being who you truly are. Because that's what she loves, even if she hasn't said it in words yet. She loves the way you make her feel, the safety, the warmth, the glow that arises when you are together. And that is rare. It is precious. Don't throw that away out of fear or doubt. Ask yourself, what do you have to lose? A no? A moment of vulnerability? Now ask yourself what you have to gain. A love that transforms, a connection that cannot be compared, a story that many spend their entire lives searching for and never find. What will you choose? Because yes, it is a choice, your choice. You can continue ignoring the signs, pretending you don't see, don't feel, but by doing that, you will also be choosing to give up on something that may never come again. Or you can choose to take a risk, open your heart, take the first step, and let the universe finish what it started. If you are still reading, it's because you know the answer. Deep down, you already know what you need to do, so why wait any longer? Go to her. Tell her how you feel. Show her that you see what she sees, that you also believe this is more than just coincidence, that this is destiny. You are still there, reading. And do you know why? Because deep down, this message is not just another sequence of words. It is a mirror. It is a reflection of what you already feel but have not yet fully admitted to yourself. You know that what's happening between you two isn't common. It's not the kind of thing that happens every week, not even every year. This kind of connection happens once in a lifetime, if you're lucky. And that scares you, doesn't it? You feel the weight of this reality, of this possibility of something so profound and transformative. Maybe you are wondering if you are ready to deal with it. Maybe you are trying to find excuses not to act now. After all, the mind always tries to protect us from the unknown, from the uncertain. But the truth is simple. You will never be completely prepared. And that's okay. You know, she feels fear too. She questions herself too, but at the same time there is something in her that screams when you are around. An instinct, a calling, a silent certainty. It's as if your presence, even in the most mundane things, brings something she has never found elsewhere. And believe me, she doesn't want to lose that. Now imagine for a moment. Imagine how she feels when she sees you, when she hears your voice, when by chance your eyes meet. It's as if time stops, even if just for an instant. It doesn't matter where you are or what's happening around you, because at that moment, only the two of you exist. And yet, there are so many things left unsaid, right? She doesn't know what you truly feel, and you don't know what she is holding inside her heart either. It seems unfair, don't you think? Two hearts so in tune, so connected, yet still trapped by invisible barriers, created by fear, doubt, uncertainty. But what if I told you that these barriers are not real? That they only exist in your mind? Because see, the universe has already given all the signs. It has already put you two on the same path. Now, it's up to you to break down these barriers. She is waiting. And no, she will not wait forever. Not because she doesn't want you, but because no one can live trapped in uncertainty. At some point, she might start to believe that you don't feel the same way. And if that happens, she might move on, even if it destroys her inside, even if she continues to love you in silence. So what are you waiting for? A bigger sign than all this? A perfect moment that will never arrive. Stop waiting, stop postponing, because what you have is already rare enough. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. Maybe you're asking yourself, how do I do this? How do I start? I'll tell you. It's not about having a grand speech prepared or planning every detail. It's about being honest, looking her in the eyes and saying, I need to tell you something. I feel something for you that I can't ignore, and I need to know if you feel the same. Simple, direct, straightforward. Because at this moment, what matters is not how you say it, but the truth of what you're saying. Believe me, she will feel that. She will see the sincerity in your eyes, hear the vulnerability in your voice, and that will be more powerful than any rehearsed phrase. And if she doesn't feel the same, what if you are wrong? Well, let me ask you something. Would you rather live the rest of your life wondering what if, or would you prefer to know the truth even if it hurts? Because the pain of rejection is temporary. It passes, but the regret of never trying can last forever. But what if you are right? What if she looks at you with that sparkle in her eyes and confesses that she feels the same? What if, at that moment, everything changes? Have you thought about that? Have you allowed yourself to imagine what it would be like to have her heart entirely? Because believe me, if you take this step, the chances of that happening are much higher than you think. Look, this message is not just to encourage you to make a decision. It's a reminder that you deserve to live something true, something intense, something that makes you feel alive. You deserve the kind of love that is not superficial, that is not convenient, that is not easy. You deserve the kind of love that challenges, that transforms, that makes you want to be better. And if this person is seeing all of this in you, if they are perceiving in you something that perhaps even you do not see, then why are you hesitating? Why are you allowing fear to dictate the course of your story? Do you know what is worse than failing? It's never trying. It's carrying the doubt, the weight, the uncertainty of what could have been. And deep down, you know it wasn't for lack of opportunity. It wasn't because the universe didn't give you chances. It was because you didn't have the courage. But here is the secret. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is acting even when you are afraid. It's looking at everything that can go wrong and still taking the next step. Because in the end, fear is nothing compared to what you can gain. Now, listen carefully. This is your opportunity, and it won't last forever. Nothing in this life is guaranteed, except the fact that time waits for no one. This connection you feel, this energy between the two of you, it's real, but it's also fragile. If you don't take care of it, if you don't feed this flame, it can go out. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue waiting for things to happen on their own? Are you going to keep everything to yourself, hoping that one day she will take the initiative? Or are you going to take control of your own story? Because in the end, the choice is yours. You can choose doubt, fear, hesitation, or you can choose love, courage, the possibility of something extraordinary. And while you think about it, remember this: she is waiting. She is looking at you from afar, waiting for a sign, a word, an act. And she is hoping that you see what she already knows, that the two of you are destined for something greater. Now, tell me, are you ready to be who she believes you are? Are you ready to live what the universe has placed before you? Because if you are, then there's nothing left to say. Just do it. Just go. Just show her, and yourself, that you're not afraid to live something that many only dream of finding. If you're still here reading this, you know it's not by chance. There's something inside you seeking answers, something you can't ignore. And do you know why? Because what you feel for her is real. It's not just a fleeting attraction or a simple desire. It's something greater, something the universe has been showing you for a long time. You notice the signs even when you try to ignore them. That look that lasts a bit longer than it should. The way your heart races when she's near. The coincidences that don't seem to be just coincidences. It's impossible to deny, isn't it? She sees you in a unique way. It's not just about who you are on the outside, but about who you are on the inside. The way you talk, the details you don't even notice in yourself, but that make her completely fascinated by you. She feels something deep, something that doesn't happen with just anyone. But here's the question. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep hesitating, waiting for a perfect moment that will never come? Or will you act now, while there's still time? Because believe it, time doesn't wait. Time. And even if she feels something as strong as you do, even the most passionate hearts can get tired of waiting for an answer that never comes. Are you afraid? Of course you are. And that's okay. Because courage is not the absence of fear, it's acting even when you're afraid. And if you feel what I'm saying, then you know the time has come. You don't need to be perfect for her. You don't need a grand speech or an elaborate plan. All she wants is the truth. Look into her eyes and say, I feel something for you that I can't ignore, and I need to know if you feel the same. That's it. Nothing more. And yes, you run the risk of hearing a no. But what if it's a yes? What if she looks at you with tears in her eyes, relieved, because she has been waiting for this moment as much as you? You will never know until you try. And the pain of not knowing, of carrying the doubt forever, is much greater than any rejection. So I ask you, what do you prefer? Regret or a real chance to live something extraordinary? She is waiting. The signs are right in front of you. The universe has already shown you the way. Now it's up to you. Because in the end, this decision is entirely yours. Are you going to act, or let fear prevent you from living the story that could change your life forever? You know what to do. Now it's time to do it. You know this connection is real. She sees you in a way that no one else does. And you feel something for her that you can't ignore. The universe has already given you all the signs. Now it's your turn to act. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It will never come. The moment is now. She is waiting for a word, a gesture, an action from you. Look into her eyes and say what you feel, with all honesty. Life does not reward those who stand still. It rewards those who have the courage to take risks, those who choose to live what their heart screams. So, are you ready to live something extraordinary? Do this for you. Do this for her. And then, come back here to tell me, did you have the courage? If this message touched you, subscribe to the channel for more reflections like this. Leave your like to support us and comment, "I choose to act and live without regrets." Your story starts when you decide to write it. What are you waiting for?